do work again, Will, because I don't know how much time you got left. And I would love for us to do something before it's
Tell me that I don't know.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at
Y'all! Hollywood's turned into a hunting ground where fresh talent gets chewed up and spit out faster than I go through a pint of ice cream during a breakup. The big names in the industry are looking shadier every day, preying on newcomers, using them and then discarding them like last season's trends.
Sexually assaulted by Adam Bennett, who was the head of the motion picture department.
Describe the feeling to know that there was a monster among us.
But hold on to your wigs, because people have had enough. Katt Williams and Will Ferrell, who've seen it all, are joining forces to call out some of the biggest names in the biz. And get this, the list is longer than the line at Starbucks on a Monday morning. We're talking Kevin Hart, Oprah Winfrey, Barbara Walters, Jerry Seinfeld, Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, and Robin Williams. Rumor has it they're about to blow the lid off the whole dirty operation, exposing those who've been wrecking artists' lives. Let's start with Barbara Walters, known for her rudest questions. Apparently, young artists were never an exception when it came to her inappropriate behavior. This all came to light when Corey Feldman appeared on Walters' show. That episode revealed to the people the real potential image of Barbara, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. In 2013, Corey Feldman took a courageous step by releasing a memoir where he spilled all the tea about the mistreatment he and his co-star Corey Haim endured at the hands of powerful men in Hollywood. According to Feldman, these abuses occurred when they were just 11 to 13 years old. Can you believe it? That's younger than my little cousin who still believes in the tooth fairy. Feldman didn't hold back. He shared that his struggles with substance abuse in later life were partly a result of the trauma he endured during those difficult years. In one of his interviews, he dropped this bombshell. #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. Nobody talks about pedophilia. That's the big secret.
Do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
Now let's talk about Barbara Walters. In a recently unearthed video clip from an October 2013 episode of The View, Walters dove into the sensitive topic of Corey Feldman's past abuse experiences. Feldman had appeared on the show to discuss his memoir, Choreography. But here's where it gets really messed up. Many observers remarked that Barbara Walters appeared to prioritize Hollywood's reputation over Corey Feldman's allegations of childhood abuse during her interview with him. Like, girl, what are you doing? The video clip began to gain significant online attention in the midst of the increasing wave of mistreatment allegations against prominent figures in Hollywood, including film producer Harvey Weinstein. Other actors were also sharing their experiences of sexual harassment and exploitation in the industry. Social media users rallied behind Corey Feldman's allegations, with many noting that his story was one of the earliest to come to mind when the New York Times and the New Yorker published damning reports about Weinstein. One person wrote, "I can't believe she didn't stop and just call her out on what she just said. She heard about pedophilia and sided with the PDs. Everyone glosses past it." It's the worst part of a horror movie to me, the realization that everyone is okay with the horror happening. The social media community began demanding an apology from Barbara Walters due to the resurfaced video. This incident marked just one instance where Walters faced public scrutiny for her interviewing techniques. The veteran ABC host had faced previous criticism for seemingly favoring powerful figures within the Hollywood industry. Now let's spill some tea about the most controversial personality Katt has talked about, Oprah Winfrey. And let me tell you, her actions are totally opposite to what she preaches.
Bio, like, be seen and not heard. When you look at it through today's eyes, when Oprah's like, stand up and show me your body.
Cindy Crawford's first brush with Oprah Winfrey was quite different from her later appearance on Oprah's Masterclass in 2013. In that interview, Crawford candidly discussed how her appearance had influenced her self-image. According to ABC News, Crawford felt like she was being judged solely based on her looks, prompting her to actively assert herself as more than just a physical presence. The former supermodel found the interview distressing, expressing, "I was so traumatized. I really felt I was not seen as a person who had a voice in her own destiny." As reported by the Los Angeles Times, Crawford admitted that she didn't fully grasp the extent of it at the time, but with age, she came to realize how inappropriate the situation was. But wait, it gets juicier. Oprah has been hit with serious charges of enabling from well-known investors like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Several famous people have come forward to accuse Oprah of covering up for Harvey Weinstein, and one of them is Rose McGowan. Rose tweeted, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come, that sacre lizard." Another person who spoke against Oprah is singer Seal. He also accused Oprah of facilitating Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. The nature of Oprah's allegedly purported relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is currently shrouded in a great deal of mystery.
I wasn't sure it would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera.
Now let's talk about Oprah's school scandal. Many remember her generous $40 million donation to the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, a school known for its luxurious amenities like a yoga studio and beauty salon.
The opportunity, and that's why this is such a victory. Tomorrow, you will hear me doing the dance because...
In a surprising turn of events, whispers began circulating that just months after the school's grand opening, the dorm matron faced arrest on charges of abusing several 7th and 8th graders. Oprah reportedly distanced herself from the situation, with rumors suggesting she pointed fingers at the school administration, alleging a cover-up and vowing to pursue justice vigorously. These revelations have harshly spotlighted the darker sides of philanthropy and sparked concerns about how the industry handles serious issues. Regarding the accusations, Oprah stated, "I wanted to hire an independent team because my experience with child predators is that no one ever adjusts one child." The accused, Tiny Virginia Makopo, was ultimately cleared of all 14 charges after a magistrate deemed the case unproven, citing lack of corroboration in the pupils' testimonies. Makopo maintains her innocence, claiming she was wrongly implicated in a conspiracy. Now let's move on to Kevin Hart. For someone as prominent as Kevin Hart, it seems like he just can't avoid controversy. People have accused him of being too insincere, presenting a nice guy persona in front of the camera while behaving like a jerk behind the scenes. There are also rumors about him ingratiating himself to others to climb the Hollywood ladder, with some even labeling him a Hollywood plant. Kevin's interactions with fellow celebrities have sparked debates about his behavior. For example, during an appearance on his show, Will Ferrell was subtly warned by Kevin that they should work together soon before it's too late, poking fun at Ferrell's age. This pattern didn't stop with Ferrell. Early in 2023, Mark Wahlberg was on Hart's show discussing his early struggles in Hollywood. Instead of keeping it respectful, Hart began making jabs about Wahlberg's age, which didn't sit well with him at all. Wahlberg openly criticized Hart for what he saw as ageism, feeling belittled rather than celebrated for his long career. Now, let's dish about Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld and Jessica Sklar seem to have one of the more stable marriages in Hollywood, but their beginnings were quite tabloid-worthy. Sklar had just walked down the aisle with someone else when she began falling for Seinfeld. The pair first met in 1998 at Manhattan's Reebok Sports Club, where Sklar was working out. Seinfeld was instantly smitten and asked her out, apparently unaware that she just returned from her honeymoon with Eric Nederlander. Sklar initially rebuffed his advances, but they continued to stay in touch, and eventually she came clean about her married life. What surprised people even more was that a 38-year-old Jerry Seinfeld started dating a 17-year-old as well as romancing a newly married woman. In 1993, the funny man began dating Shoshana Lonstein, a teenager 21 years his junior, after they met on a bench in Central Park. Seinfeld insists that their relationship didn't turn until a year later. Around the same time, he was grilled by shock jock Howard Stern on his show. Seinfeld was similarly defensive when the subject was brought up in a chat with People, saying, "I am not an idiot. Shoshana is a person, not an age. She is extremely bright. She's funny, sharp, very alert. We just get along." You can hear the click. Now let's talk about Tom Hanks. According to Chet Hanks, his iconic father Tom Hanks is supposedly operating in secrecy as a behind-the-scenes influencer for the enigmatic Hollywood elite. In a forthcoming tell-all expose that promises to send shockwaves through Tinseltown, Chet appears to have spilled all the details on what it's been like growing up in the imposing shadow of his father's fame. Chet seems to be pulling no punches and is explicitly directing his allegations towards Tom, asserting that Tom was preoccupied with pursuing the allure and extravagance of Hollywood's elite circles, all the while seemingly overlooking his own family. During Tom Hanks' conversation with Jeffrey Brown, where they discussed his debut collection of short stories, the iconic actor also delved into the topic of Harvey Weinstein's past behavior and whether it was an open secret in Hollywood. Tom Hanks asserted that there was awareness among a specific circle of individuals, primarily those engaged in business with Harvey Weinstein. Now let's spill the tea on Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg has managed to navigate controversy throughout his career despite facing accusations from colleagues and even family members. His associations with controversial figures like Roman Polanski, Jack Nicholson, and Oprah Winfrey have raised eyebrows, but some believe this is because he shares similar flaws with them and the broader Hollywood community. The accusations revolve around allegations of inappropriate behavior towards young people involving Steven. The accusations date back to the creation of the Indiana Jones character, where Spielberg and other creators reportedly discussed a 12-year-old girl having an affair with a man 10 years older than her. Lastly, let's talk about Robin Williams. Joe Rogan criticized Robin Williams for allegedly stealing his jokes. Rogan didn't hold back, going full throttle and exposing Williams' supposed tricks and rise to fame. In a discussion with actor Harland Williams, who claimed to have heard about Robin's habit of pilfering other comedians' material, Rogan, who had apparently been a victim of Williams' joke theft, strongly condemned the late comedian. Comedian Joey Diaz also called out Williams for stealing jokes from other comedians. During his appearance on Mark Maron's WTF podcast in 2022, Joey Diaz alleged that Robin Williams pilfered other comedians' material and paid them off when they complained. Whew, besties, that was a wild ride through the dark side of Hollywood. It's like peeling back the glitzy curtain and finding a whole lot of mess behind it. What do you think about these allegations? Are your faves problematic? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy Hollywood tea. And reminding you that sometimes the truth is stranger and messier than fiction. You are watching Hot Gossip. Goodbye. Hot